I've seen you. There seem to be more of you than I remember. Hello, you people. You're fabulous. So this is, again, not my home, nor is it the moon. Apparently that's now a thing, where I just sort of nomad about in other people's houses, hopefully with their knowledge that I'm here. You may actually recognize this fabulous apartment as the one featured in the awesome web series called Glitch. I'm actually house sitting at this very moment for Glitch and Wyatt. So if you're not familiar with that fabulous web series, you can actually catch it right here on YouTube. So, before we get started, I want to thank everybody who's been extremely supportive and helping share my first episode, which I submitted to the Geek and Sundry contest. Super exciting, and I've actually been doing very well thanks to you guys. So thank you so much. I believe today is the last day to vote, or tomorrow.
Vote for me.
So I've linked that below.
I really appreciate it.
You guys are awesome. Chapter 3, words. Chapter 3 for me in books is where I decide if I'm actually gonna finish reading this book, or if I'm gonna chuck it out the window. And since we're already kind of in the whole book metaphor, I thought, hey, we'll do a whole vlog about words. I wanted to go over some very commonly misused words. I mean, I'm not going to judge you if you misuse them, because a lot of people do, and sometimes it's kind of funny, and it's just something I observe, totally not judgy. If you want to be a judgy person, you can be like, hey, I know this thing, and you're using that word wrong, because that weird chick with funny hair on YouTube was like, hey, don't be a jerk, though.
Don't use words for evil.
Anyway, here's some words.
I'm out of coffee.
Peruse. Peruse is often used synonymously with browse, and it actually means the exact opposite. It means to scour, to search, to dig. Maybe this started because people were using peruse sarcastically and the sarcasm was missed. I don't know. Enormity. Enormity does not actually mean enormous. It means evil as all holy hell. Seriously, look it up in the dictionary. Momentarily. I love this one because flight attendants use it constantly because they think that it means in a moment, when momentarily actually means for a moment. So if you're gonna land momentarily, you really better grab your luggage and just jump.
Plethora.
I'm putting this one in because it seems to be the only high school vocabulary word that people actually remember, but they tend to use it to mean a lot of something, when in fact it actually means too much of something. So when El Guapo is like, do I have a plethora of piñatas? He's asking actually, does he have too much piñatas? Nonplussed and bemused. Both of these words mean effing bewildered, but for some strange reason, nonplussed is often mixed up with nonchalant, and bemused is confused to mean amused. I mean, I guess it makes sense, you know, amused, bemused, they sound very similar, but what I really want to know is why we have so many words for perplexed and like 2 for smile. And no, smirk is not a smile. Also, Eskimos don't have 200 words for snow. They have like 6. Don't be racist. Also, Eskimos considered racist. So, there you go.
Give me Eskimo kisses, Daddy.
Don't be a bigot, Sally. Hopefully. People use this to mean I hope, when in fact it means you're doing something with hope. So if I'm like, hopefully I will get a cookie, what I mean is, I hope I get a cookie. But what I'm actually saying is, I will get a cookie with hope. The manner in which I receive that cookie will be hopeful. Cookie Monster. So the person bringing me that cookie will be full of hope. Bobby Kennedy will be bringing me that cookie. Incredible. Incredible means you don't believe it. It is without credit. It doesn't actually mean stupendous or magnificent or impossible. If you call something incredible, you're kind of calling it a lie. Oh wow, that totally makes Mr. Incredible something entirely different. He's a lie. He's a fraud. No capes. Platonic. Platonic does not mean friendship. It actually means something that transcends friendship. While there is no sexual component to it, it's above it. It's Sam and Frodo. People misuse platonic for friendship, and people mistake platonic for gay, which is sad. Because gay is awesome, but its own thing. Sam and Frodo had this insanely close bond, and then you get the stupid jokes like, oh, they're gay for each other. No, they're platonic for each other, essentially. Okay? Ambivalent. Ambivalent doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care so much about all the options you can't decide. So yesterday, when we were trying to decide what we wanted for food, I was so hungry, everything sounded good, I just didn't care where we went as long as we got food, and it didn't kill me. So they were like, where do you want to go? I'm like, I'm ambivalent. And then I thought, oh, what if they think that I don't care where we go? And then I realized I don't care if they think I don't care, because then they'll pick a place and we'll go eat and they all sounded really good. Nauseous. Nauseous means to cause sickness in other people. What you probably mean is nauseated. To say, I'm nauseous, means there's something about you that inspires people to vomit. So, nauseous doesn't mean nauseated. Or at least it didn't used to. I actually checked Merriam-Webster the other day online, and I noticed that they've added an addendum where they're starting to add nauseated as one of the definitions to nauseous, because commonly people are using it in that way. So that's what's really cool about the English language. If enough people don't want to use it a certain way, it changes. It's got a very democratic feel to it. So there really is no such thing as proper English, regardless what someone in their degree tries to tell you. Because it's really changing every freaking day. Remember when you were a kid, maybe, and there was that whole phrase, ain't a word, so I ain't gonna say it because it ain't in the dictionary, but now it is. It's not a contraction of anything, that's true, but that's okay because it's become this word that we can use. It's got a very particular flavor to it that sometimes actually is better and more appropriate than isn't. English can be whatever we really want it or need it to be. I mean, it's a Germanic language with Latin roots, and we stole all these different words from all these different cultures. English is walking around and meets up with another culture and is like, oh, you got a word for that? Cool, we'll just borrow that because we don't need to make up our own. And it's interesting because now English can sort of cut itself into other languages, but you can also cut other languages into English, and it's this, to be cliche, it's an actual melting pot of all these different languages, or a salad bowl, I think is the more appropriate. I don't know. And that's what you're finding English everywhere all over the world. It's not because of the English Empire. I mean, that brought it out to all those places, it helped spread it, but it stayed because of its adaptability. France had an empire. French isn't spoken as commonly around the world anymore. And one of the reasons this is happening is France, they've got an academy of language. They vote on what words are appropriate. It's extremely structured and very French, really. They vote on new words, they throw old words out, they decide on the official definitions of words as they change. They have to actually vote on this, something like, I don't know, every once a year. Whereas English is sort of being like, meh, we're gonna do our own thing. You can change this. And that's why I love the English language. So in the spirit of making stuff up as I go, here are some things I've made up as I go. And now, Wit and Whimsy's official, the unofficial lexicon. Nomtastic. You should all already know what noms are. Nomtastic, of course, refers to something that is freakishly delicious. There's stupid and stupid. Stupid can actually mean something positive. Like, say you go see a really ridiculous movie, or you see a really offensive movie. The offensive movie, that's stupid. The really ridiculous movies, that's stupid. People always think stupid means bad, but sometimes it can be really good. Look at this thing I found. After I watched the first chapter, I realized, oh, you know, that phrase actually really means something to me. So I figured I'll use it in this vlog, and it'll be an ongoing theme, really. Are you freaking kidding me? While there are some beautiful things that go on in this world, there are also some incredibly frustrating things. And so you may hear, far in the distance, are you freaking kidding me? And you'll know, oh, there's the distant call of a Kiri, really pissed off about something. For a while now, I've been using serious pie every time I need to have a serious conversation with people. If you read my blog, you've probably seen it a few times. Hey man, I really need to have some serious pie with you. Just to be like, I need to have a serious conversation about something. So whenever one of these vlogs is going to discuss one of the more serious things happening in the world around us, or an issue we may be encountering, it's going to be a piece of serious pie. I like to be funny, and you know, it is wit and whimsy, but sometimes you really do need to be serious about things. So if you want to pretend that the world is just nothing but pie and rainbows, you can just skip over it. Oh, serious pie episode, out of here. So those are just some words you're going to be seeing bandied about as we go through the show. As I continue, I'll be adding to that lexicon, but I'll be sure to highlight them somewhere on the screen so you know that they're important. You should pay attention to them. And yeah, they're my words, but I'm giving them to you so that we can actually use them to communicate back and forth, and it'll sort of be like our own wit and whimsy language, and it'll be all secret, and like, no one will know what we're talking about unless they see our show. I don't care if that's corny. Shut up. So I have some coffee cake to finish, and you have some voting to do. I'd like to say that I'd make you cookies if you vote for me, but I can't make the whole internet cookies. But or I could give you my favorite cookie recipe. And in the meantime, I'm gonna snoop around in Glitch and White stuff and see if I can find anything about season 2. As always, leave your questions and suggestions in the comments below. And if you have any words that you think we should add to our Wit and Whimsy lexicon, let me know. See you guys in chapter 4. Ooh, stop! Phenomenon. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon is actually the plural. Phenomena is the singular. Word.